Alright guys, if you're here to see the Shuriken 250, you've come to the right place, and like Philly D says, let's just get right into it. Now this quad is really intended for people who are kind of just getting into the hobby and don't want to be bothered with building and too much programming. You still have to do some programming with this as far as binding it to your radio. And I can tell you guys right off the bat that going with a quad like this, you're getting a quad that has people behind it that know what they're doing. You don't just get the stock settings on the PIDs with this quad. PIDs are what help control the quad and make it snappy or loose. It controls its flight characteristics. So this has actually been tuned from the factory. So that really tells me a lot about the product. That means that someone has sat down and actually just taken it from a basic quad to something that's a little bit more flyable. And the stock settings on these are really pretty nice. I have experience with the Shuriken 180s. I can tell you that this quad is extremely durable, and it comes with this fantastic case here. Let's just take a look at the case here. It goes through some of the specs here on the back here. Now, one of the main differences besides size with this and the Shuriken 180, one of the major things is that this comes with an OSD. An OSD is an on-screen display that will display your battery voltage in the lower right or left-hand corner, and that's a big thing, so you know where your battery voltage is so you don't over discharge your batteries, which is the big thing, because the batteries can go fast on these little mini quads here. This is a 250 size. The 250 refers to the distance between the center of the motors in a diagonal fashion, so it's going to be 250 millimeters between here and here. But when you look at this quad, there's nothing to do to it really. There's basically the antenna that you're going to be putting on. They always put the sticker on here saying do not power this up unless you get your antenna on here. And this is a little bit fiddly getting this thing in here because it's kind of level with the carbon. You've got these two nice battery straps here and this little sticky pad which helps to keep your battery in place. Let me go ahead and take this out of here. So I have mine set up to bind up to my Tyrannus, my FrSky Tyrannus, which is going to have these little antennas sticking out the back here. I'm going to go ahead and take off the warning sticker. But just look at this. It's a really, really nice quad. Not too many screws to take off the top plate here. It also comes with this little tool, and this allows you to hold the motor steady as you're taking the props off. It does have clockwise and counterclockwise bolts so that anytime you hit something it's going to tighten the bolt rather than loosen it up. That way you almost never will get a prop that'll fly off mid-flight from unscrewing. It comes with a CMOS camera. Now CMOS cameras typically in the past have been pretty much on the lower end of cameras. However, they've come a long way in the last couple of years. I should say the last year. So I will test this out and see how I like it. It's got a nice, about a 25 to 30 degree up tilt there. You're going to be plugging in your XT60 battery right here. This little window right here is going to show you your transmitter channel, so the band and channel that you're on. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the rest of the copter here. On the bottom it has this really nice strengthening plastic plate here. It has a bit of a front bumper. I do like these little motor pod feet for it to land on, so in case you land hard it's not going to damage anything. Now I've actually seen this quad fly quite a bit because I do a lot of flying up at Kite Hill, which is my local hill, and a lot of the beginners that were up there with quads bought these, and I've seen them crash a lot, and they just keep flying and keep flying and keep flying, which is really, really cool. So strength-wise, I know this thing is extremely tough because it has the top plate and the bottom plate. If I try and flex this here, I can hear the screws kind of moving in there a little bit, but this 4mm top plate is really, really strong. Okay guys, it's time to go over some of the things that are in the package here. These are all the accessories. I'm going to pull open this bag real quick here. So there's an extra camera mount in case you break one. This is one of the plugs that are going to plug into some of these plugs back here for doing some programming. This is some 3M pads, some sticky pads. This, I believe, is an extra plate that you can mount back here with those screws that just fell out. But in case you have a receiver that's not big enough to go inside the body here, you can mount this back here, mount your receiver underneath. It's not a great solution, but it's an option. It's kind of nice that they include that. Another programming cable here, a zip tie, and an extra battery strap. As you guys know, that sometimes when you crash really hard, these battery straps can rip and come loose. Alright, so one extra set of props. Comes with a parts list of what you can buy in case you break something. 30 amp ESCs, I should have mentioned that. These come with 30 amp ESCs, and these are 2205 motors, 2300 kV, I believe. 2550 kV, so a little higher kV than just the 2300s. This is just a warning sheet. You get a sticker kit and a quick start guide. And even though this is a pretty full-fledged quick start guide, there are still some things that you need to set up on it when you plug it into Clean Flight, which is basically making sure that your radio is set to TAER if you're running Tyrannus, and also you've also set up two switches, one 2-position switch for your Army and one 3-position switch for your flight mode. Flight modes on this are going to be angle, which is going to be full self-leveling, horizon mode, which is self-leveling with the ability to do flips, and then acro mode, which is going to be full acro, no self-leveling whatsoever, which is kind of like the expert mode. So basically it's just going to be easy, medium, and hard. So okay, so this is just a quick overview on the Shuriken 250. Hope you guys like it. Expect some content to come your way on this quad very soon on my channel, and hopefully I don't lose this one in a tree. Okay guys, so I'm just going to do a quick fly around the parking lot here. A little bit of wind right now, so. Okay guys, that was just a quick little fly around the parking lot here with the Holybro Shuriken. Thanks for joining my channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.